Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brian. This is episode 8 of the Lake Mason Journal, chronicling the writing of the second Lake Mason book. I have got a writing update for you guys. In fact, I'm going to take you up close and personal with this board. I know it's kind of always been in the background, but there's a couple of reasons why I want to show you exactly what's on this board. We will get to that in a second. Before we get to that, we of course have to do our little security checkpoint here, where we make sure that only the right kids and adults are watching this video. We do not want specifically boring, stuffy adults. We don't really want boring, stuffy kids either, but maybe we can help you be less boring and stuffy. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is what I always do. I'm gonna read a sentence and you have to repeat after me. And if you find that really unfunny or stupid or a waste of time, then you're probably a boring, stuffy adult and you can go find another video to watch. So here we go, repeat after me. If the president passed a law that we had to name our armpits, my left armpit would be Eric, and my right armpit would be Sir Gerald Pendleton III. Which I think is a fantastic name for an armpit. Oh, that was a throw fail. What would your armpits be named if you could name your armpits? Maybe you can let me know in the comments. All right, now that the correct people are watching this, now that we've gotten rid of the boring, stuffy, not so funny people, let me give you a writing update. And to do that, I'm gonna take you over closer to the board. And to do that, I'm gonna have to unplug the light from my camera so that I can move it closer. So there we go. And let's move over here without dropping or breaking anything. And let's get the board in view. Like so. Okay, there it is. It looks steady. So this is where I've done my writing updates, and we've gone over this for like the past, 7-8 videos. Week 1, 6,622 words. Week 2, 6,573. Week 3, 5,611. Week 4, 1860. That was back a few episodes ago when I had to give myself the cold water punishment for a bad week. Week 5, I started off stronger. I told you guys that I was dedicated and going to get to 5,000 words, and I didn't actually get to 5,000 words. Kind of a bummer, but you know what? Sometimes you just get busy. You can't always do the thing that you want to do every day, but you pick yourself back up and you give it a shot the next day. So anyway, as you can maybe see here, I wrote on 1, 2, 3. I only wrote on 4 of the 7 days last week because again, it was a busy week, but I did get 3,836 words written, which brings my total for the book to 53,014 words. And that is pretty close to a finished book almost, which, as I've hinted at in other videos, is a little bit of a problem because I got a lot more story to tell. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. The book might be a little longer than I think, or maybe it's going to take some more editing. We'll see. But what I wanted to show you is that the grand total for how many words I've written over these 5 weeks, all 5 weeks, which I did not hit my actual goal, fell a little bit short, but still check out the grand total, which I've hidden behind this card of Pat Mahomes. And that would not be the Patrick Mahomes that's quarterback for the Chiefs. This would be his dad who pitched for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe you didn't know that. So the grand total for these 5 weeks is, ta-da! Can you see that? 24,502 words. 24,502 words. I'm going to take the camera back over here. I'm going to plug it back in so we can get our wonderful light again. And here's the point of all that. Ready? Oh, okay. 24,500 words. I did not hit my actual goal in any of those 5 weeks, but I didn't let it deter me from keep trying to make progress. Were my goals a little bit too high? Maybe. You know, if they would have been even higher, then maybe I would have gotten so discouraged that I would have completely given up. But I feel like they were attainable, and I maybe should have attained them. But I didn't, but that's okay because I'm making progress. I wrote almost 25,000 words in the last 5 weeks, which is, about half a book, just a little bit less than half a book. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited that I'm getting closer. The whiteboard is full, so I'm gonna erase it now that I've documented that for you. I'm gonna erase it, and we're gonna go for this again. In the next, 4 or 5 weeks, I will finish the first draft of this book. Now, I got a little bit of travel coming up in the next month. I got a few things going on. It might be just as busy, if not busier, but we're gonna get it done anyway. And hopefully you guys will be along for the ride. So before we get out of here, I know this is a little bit longer video than usual. Let's get to our question of the day, which is from Mike Y. The question is, do you have the entire plot of the second book figured out? That is a fantastic question, Mike Y. The answer to that is yes, kind of. I do have most of the plot for book 2 figured out. In fact, on my whiteboard right here, that I would never ever show you because the whole book is laid out there, I go through the whole timeline of this book. I have what chapters go where, I have how the action changes, I have what happens in the middle of the book, what happens leading up to the middle, what happens past the middle, how the book comes to a kind of a climax. I have the characters, I have sort of who maybe the bad guys are, who maybe the good guys are, who we're not going to be sure about. There is kind of so much information up here, and I don't want you to see any of it. Now, in the video where I did the cold water punishment, you may have noticed, maybe you didn't notice, you can see the whiteboard for like a split second as I take the camera out of the room. But I made sure that it was blurry enough that you can't get any information from it. So to answer your question, Mike Y, all of the information, now there's still things I don't know, there's still things I'm going to discover about the story, little twists and turns here, and I'm excited for that. But the main plot of the book is up here, and it's also there on my whiteboard. And by the end of the year, it will be in your hands in the form of a book, which I'm really excited about. So thank you guys for watching. I'll check in a few more days.